Yep, Jordan 105.5 FM, the station you are listening to. Von Michael, the voice with you right here on radio. Super fantastic, amazing afternoon to you in the city of Lagos. It's 15 minutes gone past the hour of 2 o'clock, and what time it is? It's time for us to move straight to, the NSEs of doing business right here, where we get to celebrate amazing women doing awesome stuff for themselves in the engineering field. And today on the show, we're having the amazing, engineer Chinyere Nena Igwebe. She happens to be the President Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. Good afternoon to you, ma.
Good afternoon, Jordan.
It's a pleasure having you here, ma. How are you today?
I'm doing great. And you?
I am very well, ma'am. Awesome. Let's get straight to business. As the President Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, what are the basic challenges you've been facing handling this very role in the country at this very moment?
Basic challenges indeed. Okay. I think basically we have the major challenge, which is that women are actually underrepresented in many of the sectors, which engineering cuts across. But by the grace of God, we are working hard. The advocacy we are doing, if you look at it, measurably, we are trying to close the gaps.
Okay.
So that is one.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Now, closing that gap is very, very important because we've seen women being relegated to some certain things, not just in the household, but in the society and community per se. Now, getting this role or moving into the field of engineering, how was it like for you, the journey into this very field? How did it all start? Give us the breakdown of it right here on air.
Okay, I think it's for me, it started. I'm a curious person. I'm a very, very curious person. I want to know what is behind the scene, what is happening. So once in a while, I see myself scattering gadgets in the house, and of course, I get slugged by my dad every now and then. But of course, within his capacity, he couldn't get me toys and all those things. So I was majorly doing the man thing. I love woodwork. I love cement. I love, anything that's handy. I climbed trees. Even at the age of 30, I remember I climbed that overhead tank and trying to wash and everything. So this is who I am. But however, before I entered university, I wanted to see myself acting movies. So it's like what I'm doing now is totally different from what I wanted to do. But then I think we'll get there. So I think that innate attributes in me what propelled me to going into engineering, because I did a little of medicine for 1 year and I couldn't cope. So I had on my own to change the course. And by the time I came back and told my dad, this is what I'm doing now. He said, what is that? Water and environment engineering. What is water? You want to be a plumber? I said, no. Then he now asked me, so if you become a water and environment engineer, where will you be working? And he had to charge his mind. I could work in the United Nations. I could work in all those big, big places. I felt if he hears, he will be wild and allow me to do my thing, because I couldn't stand him telling his friends, my daughter is studying medicine, and when I've already geared off. So I found myself in engineering, no regrets, happy people, functional people, day-to-day people, and we are here, trying to do our bit as women and as engineering professionals. But we need a good environment to establish that, because we have what it takes, to take the nation to the next level. But having the political will and the enabling environment to have that drive is what we advocate, and we have it. It's just a deliberate effort to stamp it on the paper and say, let it be. And if we get that, the sky will be our stepping stone.
Amazing. Now, an average saying in Nigeria that when a woman gets into a male-dominated field and they are good at it, they tend to succeed extremely, and there are so much example out there, women in some certain field that people think in quote are male dominated. Now, how taxi has it been for you as the president of that very association? How crazy has it been for you managing a whole lot of women in the engineering field? Because people will say women don't like themselves, women are this, women are that, women are jealous, women are envious, and things like that of themselves. How difficult has it been for you managing a whole lot of women in that very association at this very time?
That's a hard one. Well, it's not easy because especially we come from different cultures and different things mean differently to different people.
Okay.
And people have gone out, they are exposed, some people are yet to go out to be exposed to some certain culture and ethics of what it should be. But nevertheless, you just have a way of going on because the most important thing that brought us together is the profession. And we have a mandate, we have a vision, we have objectives and goals to achieve. If we confine ourselves within that of these attributes I've just mentioned, I think making sure that we do not lose track of what we are doing is not easy. Then, as a leader, you need to understand the terrain which you are stepping on. We have diverse culture. So with having diverse culture, I'm an Igbo woman, born in Lagos, grew up in the north. So somehow it's not too difficult for me to understand or go along any kind of the three major ethnic groups, as it were. And I think I'm comfortable with that. I don't have any problem as a person, but people may have problems, which I don't know. So in my first meeting with my executives, I told them, if you have anything you really want to discuss with me or you don't understand, please feel free to discuss that with me so that you don't hear it from outside and it becomes who said, he said, they said. So that way, onions, maggi, cucumber, everything enters and you don't have a good recipe. So I think for me, I have wonderful executives, I have wonderful chairmen because we need to let you know that we have about 44 chapters in Nigeria, that cuts across Nigeria in the various states. We are also looking out to have other chapters come up in the southeast, in the northeast as well, and in other places, those that are ready, where we have a quite number of engineers to make sure that they come together and fellowship and see what we can do with regards to having the girl child study engineering and STEM from the grassroots, because that's our mandate, to catch them young. So for me, I don't think it's not difficult. It's the normal woman thing, but if you know how to handle it, you're good to go. So we have women supporting women. I give that to them, and to us. When we have past leaders, past presidents that still hold the younger ones' hands and lift them up. And the most important thing, the amazing thing about that is that some of them are even influencers to their mentors, because we have mentors it's not all mentors that are influencers, and it's not all influencers that are mentors, but we have mentors who have doubled as a role model and have become influencers to these younger engineers, to the point that when there are names to be named at a table where they are not, these influencers are able to pick one or two names. And you see that these mentees become somebody at a particular or in their various fields, so to say. I think we are doing well in that regard. So more of the positive than the negative, actually.
Okay, thank you so much for that, ma'am. And now let's move straight to some serious business. Engineering role in curbing insurgents in the country at this very time. We've seen this last for decades. I mean, it's been happening for quite a while at this moment. I know there are specific kind of engineers. I know they're the technology people and things like that, the ones who build and stuff like that. But women engineer in curbing insurgents, how important are they in the fight against bandits, in the fight against terrorism at this very time? What are those technologies that you feel should be deployed at the moment to keep the country safer moving into the election season in 2027?
Okay, thank you for that question. Engineering role in curbing insurgency in the country is not far-fetched. In the first place, even the gadgets they use are being produced by engineers. Just recently, we saw what happened on Palm Sunday, and of course, yesterday, people at the bar in Jos, they were all killed from 12 to 33. I don't know, aside from the one in the church. It's so sad. And the most vulnerable, as you know, are women who always want to go to church. And they just don't go alone, they go with their children. I mean, how can somebody just wake up and all you do, you just want to kill? For what reason? What is the government doing? Has government given us that enabling environment which I started with for engineering to thrive? I mean, if you want to fight insurgency, please come out and say so and do so. And I'm saying this without any recourse. If the men cannot do it, hand it over to the women. We have drones. Drones are not manned by humans. Humans only operate from afar. So that means the women can man these drones and get this effect at real time. And that's what science is all about. So for me, if you give us the enabling environment and say, okay, women, come and do this for 6 months, 1 year, we will do it. We will find out who these people are. We will be able to do something. Why the men go out and do the fighting? Why we tell them where these people are? For me, because I'm speaking as a person, not as the only thing I know is that the engineers have the facilities. We have a geospatial infrastructure. We can use to get these people. And on this geospatial infrastructure is what the drones work on. So you can't do more than you have been given. But if government is willing to fight this insurgency, they can. And I'm standing as a president of AFREN, and I know that women can help fight this insurgency if given the opportunity. Awesome. And all we need to do is to work with the men. We are not competing. And what they say, women are not competing with the men. We are only saying, give us the opportunity, that equal opportunity you've given Mr. A, Mr. Bright, Mr. Innocent. Give it to Antonia, Anina, Hasana. Just give them that same opportunity. And you see, because women are more into details. We are more into details. So if you put a woman in the decision making where you have policies, security mandates, or reviews, a woman will see in between lines where the men are not seeing, and that is all we are asking for. Probably if you put a woman in that space, we will be able to help, if only allowed. Thank you.
Wow, amazing. Women will definitely be ready to help if allowed to do so. It's not about competition, but working together, talking about collaboration at this very moment. I always love touching on education at this very time. I don't want to do women education. Education is important when it comes to engineering. I don't want to do I know there are roles women cannot play. I know there are heavy lifting women might not be able to lift in the engineering field. But let's look at the general education when it comes to the engineering field. Is the education equal right now? Are women and men getting equal education when it comes to the engineering sector in the country right now? Be truthful to us, please.
Well, men and women are in the class at the same time, so I would say they have equal education, but then equal access is different from equal education. With a girl, taking for example myself, I went to Ahmadu Bello University. We're in the same class and everything. But sometimes the guys will just find themselves in one place, and we girls will be like, why are you locking the door now? You should allow us to come in. They say, we're on too much. So I don't have access.
Okay.
Because I don't have access to what they are doing inside our hall. I am my fellow female engineers there. So, but in terms of education, just kind of for the lighter mode, I think the gap is being closed gradually. We are not there yet.
Okay.
A few days ago, I was in Ogbomoso where I visited SQI. They are into coding and the rest, doing fantastic work. And we saw the gap between the male and the female. Male were about 76 and the women were about 23.7. And the founders objective or goal is to make sure that we have 50-50. Now the question is, what can we do to make it 50-50? Now they've already provided opportunities where they have like 8 centers in Nigeria with that of robotic and innovation hub in Ibadan. So they have 3 centers in Ibadan. What are we doing? It's not left for us. Like I told our members and the stakeholders that tried to listen to us yesterday, that if you have children who have interest or yet to enter university, they're wearing away time, send them to start doing this coding. These children are the future. They are the ones that will unbox what we are looking for in this country. You see Flutterwave, the way it came, it has taken over the market before somebody bought it. So there are so many things people are doing in terms of the tech industry. And if we allow our children to participate in this, so instead of hacking, they become legal hackers where they can be used to unravel so many things that are happening in the cyber security space. So that for me is something that Appian is trying to do, to help the girl child to go into more of the AI and innovation. Then you come to the manufacturing. We say we don't have enabling space. We don't have power, basically, not enabling space. We don't have power. We don't have the right policies. I've engaged with some embassies who openly told me they are not ready to invest in this country. But they need our money. They need our people to come. They want to be selfish. So what are we doing? So that brings us to policy making. How many women are at the table of policy making? And we have wonderful women who have seen it or who have gone through all these management, economic and financial routines, in the course of their career as engineers. In the course of their career as engineers. So we are not talking, so if you find that engineers, some of engineers are accountants. I'll tell you that. Some engineers are doing so much, even I know some that have gone into nursing, and they are engineers. So why don't you give them that enabling environment to talk? Because they're big engineers and they are not in nursing, they'll be able to tell you a lot about the health sector that is lacking. So for me, government needs to do so much to bring the women up board. But I tell you, and I'm prophesying again, that women are actually taking over, not to compete, but to make sure that we bring what we need to bring on board. So in promoting research, innovation, and local manufacturing, local engineering innovation, actually, if you know, it reduces import dependence. It increases response speed, and it creates national resilience. So local fabrication of security tools and protective equipment should be encouraged, and women should be in there to see to the finishing. That is like we agree with detail and finesse. Development of homegrown technologies for surveillance, advancing research and explosive detection and neutralization, like what you have in Israel. Nigerians can do that. But have you given us the opportunity? It's not. So we should also support local defense industries. These little few things I think engineers can actually contribute to.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, Engineer Chinyere, for your time. Thank you for speaking with us today. We really do appreciate your patience and for being able to connect with us. One final word for all the women out there trying to still find their feet in the field of engineering in life generally.
No, I didn't get that.
I said one final word from you for women trying to find their feet in the engineering world and in life generally. One final word from you for them.
I will tell them to be resilient, not to lose focus. In one of the programs I attended with the architects, a young girl who wants to do engineering at the same time architect now asked, if I do engineering or architecture, would I still be a fashion designer? And you can see at that level she's already said, if I do architecture or if I do engineering, I cannot still follow my side hustle, which is fashion design. And I thought, I dropped at the chat group that you can be whatever you want to be if you believe. So you can actually see doctors who are already who have the clothing line. So it's not a problem. So my parting words would be if you plan to be whatever you are, you can become whatever you are. Just be resilient, keep working at that, and you will see yourself and know that the sky will be your stepping stone.
Awesome.
That's my.
Thank you so much. Do have yourself a wonderful day ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
All right. Yes, that was the voice of Engineer Chinyere Nena Igwebe, FNSE. Yes, that's the President Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. My name is Von Michael. This is The Switch, Jordan 105.5 FM. It's Champ Steez with the song titled Zigemo.